Now, these odulous Rams, see, look, I don't even know how to say it right because I don't know how much farther they're getting because they barely outlasted the Panthers. Rams 34, Panthers 31, and now the Rams have relied on their Super Bowl experience. They're poised. They're Matt Stafford. They're McVay. That's all they relied on. But honestly, it kind of fell apart. It fell apart here, but let's start with the winning team, which is what we do here. Shout out Josh Pate. So, Matthew Stafford, 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, and eventually passed Kurt Warner for the all-time passing yards in a playoff team for that whole team, right? For the Rams. Am I speaking today clearly? No. But does it matter? Not really. Because when you think about it, that's kind of crazy considering how much of his career on the lines. Puka Nacua just continued to do Puka Nacua things. And if you had to make Puka Nacua into an object, it'd probably be a surfboard because that guy kind of rocks and it feels like he knows how to ride the wave. I'm a big surfer myself. I don't tell a lot of people that, but it's what it is. And Stafford, he focused on Puka. The rest of his receivers and everyone, he was a between-the-numbers guy. Completed 22 of 30 in between the numbers, 274 5 yards to keep the chains moving. Wow, this is a rough one, people. We were up late last night with the Chargers, Patriots, and then we just had the Sunday scaries, realizing that NFL's finally going to be over, and I just stayed up all day anxious. Let's dive into their defense, right? They started very strong with turning the ball over on downs, and they had a key interception, built an early lead, and they struggled to contain the deep ball late. And they let Bryce Young do Bryce Young, that old rascal things, right? He runs around the pocket, throws the ball. They let him do that. And you can't be letting him do that. I mean, we saw what happened with the Falcons. This team's just struggling to execute. I mean, the Cardinals were in the game for a little bit. The Cardinals. So when I'm looking at this, I guess I'm impressed that they held Carolina's rush a little bit. I mean, they held them to 83 yards, but we saw Rico and Hubbard. Although Rico did have a pretty cool TikTok edit that almost made me hammer his over. I did not. But we saw them not really do much as of late. Overall takeaway, though, from this Rams team is that it's just a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes. And now, can I say that word correctly? Sure. But it just has, I can't say word, they can't move the ball. They've been not being able to move the ball. They've had flags, miscues on defense. It seems it's not clicking right now, where in the beginning of the year, it was just click central. Kind of like when you have that dog clicker to tell them to stop, click, 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 click. I don't know if that's humane or not, but what are you going to do? That's what I grew up with. Stafford, again, he held you together in the fourth quarter. We haven't talked much about the Panthers, but let's get into it. Bryce Young accounted for 2 total touchdowns, 1 passing, 1 rushing. If you're in the live stream, you would have got his rushing touchdown at plus 750. So, sure, are those incredible odds? Yes. Does it pay to listen to me? Yes. Am I horrible at predicting this wild card round? Because right now I'm 0 for 1, 0 for 2. We're just 0 for a lot, but we finally won 1. Right, so Jalen Cooker had a career night, 9 receptions, 134 yards, and Hubbard provided a little bit of that muscle to go ahead and get in the end zone. They had a cornerback on their team named Mike Jackson. I mean, that's just odd, right? I mean, that's odd. Because I don't know how old he is, but maybe give him a different first name. At least it's not Michael. At least it's Mike. So, look, game of his life. I don't know. He really the entire team put a lot of pressure on Matt Stafford as well. The overall takeaway, though, from this team is, hey, it was a coming out party. Sure, you lost to the Rams. You were a 10-point underdog and you made it a 3-point game and you were leading at, I think it was with less than 5 minutes left. So it was very impressive. Very, very impressive. And you scored a lot. Can't go wrong with that. That's looking good. The key moment in this game when everything shifted was Colby Parkinson's 19-yard touchdown catch. 38 seconds left. And myself and the rest of the world, we were waiting for this to happen. I think we were both just thinking, okay, it was going to be Puka Nacua or it's going to be Devontae Adams. But we knew Matt Stafford was going to get it done there. And it was the most nonchalant catch where it just took all the energy out of the stadium. And it was just like, well, okay. We could see the energy was just like acceptance, right? It was like, oh, shucks. You got us again. Kind of like, who was it? I don't even know. Tom and Jerry, right? For instance, sure, my parents didn't let me watch Tom and Jerry because it was too violent as a kid. Perhaps, whatever. I got to watch SpongeBob. It was fine. But it was just like, oh, you rascal, you got us again, Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's like, what are you going to do? That's what I do, besides regular season, because we did see the Panthers win that game. Look, outlook for these teams, Rams are going to move on. They're going to play the Chicago Bears. That's going to be an interesting one. I guess Caleb's going to get down by 20 points, so he'll come back and make it a field goal game somehow. Panthers, they head off into the end of the season being like, cool, I don't know, let's try to build around Bryce. He's the guy. All right,